By is Kate Santaliz. She's covering the story for Axios. First off, Kate, did we learn anything new from the former president today?
Yes, we definitely learned a lot. Like you said, Bill Clinton did tell the committee that he did nothing wrong, that he knew nothing about Epstein's crimes, that he never noticed anything suspicious. But lawmakers had the opportunity to question Clinton today for a little bit over 6 hours. We know that lawmakers pressed him on his past relationship with the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, how frequently he appeared in the Department of Justice's Epstein files. One photo in particular did come up in today's deposition, I'm told by a source in the room. It's a photo of Bill Clinton with a woman with her face redacted. Lawmakers pressed Clinton on if he knew who the woman was and if he had sexual relations with that woman, and he said no. Epstein's relationship with Trump also did come up in this meeting. Republicans claimed that Clinton exonerated Trump. Democrats said that that characterization wasn't exactly accurate. But either way, we are going to have the full video and transcript of this deposition, as well as former Secretary of State's Hillary Clinton's deposition in the next few days, potentially in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, that was a big question, because I think we at first heard after Hillary's deposition that we would get something within the next 24 hours. Have they since revised that? So at some point this weekend, do we expect we'll get both depositions?
Potentially. It's a little bit of a complicated process. So in terms of the transcript, House Oversight Chairman James Comer did say that they have multiple staffers working on getting this transcript out as soon as possible, but Clinton's attorneys will also have to approve it, which could delay that timeline a little bit. Comer did actually say we could see the video before we see the transcript, though he noted that there was only one videographer for Hillary and Bill's deposition. So it's going to take time. They have to go through that video minute by minute, but both sides want this video out as soon as possible so that everyone can see what was said during these depositions.
Yeah, and we know that the Clintons said that they would have preferred that this had been an open door deposition. Ultimately, James Comer said that's not the way they do business in the Oversight Committee. Let's talk about President Trump. This is, as I mentioned at the top, this is history. This is the first time that a former president was compelled to testify before a congressional committee under subpoena. Will this set a precedent for the committee to depose President Trump? Robert Garcia, the top Democrat on the panel, he seems to think so.
Yeah, that's definitely an argument that Democrats have been making in the last few days and really in the last few months as Republicans have been pushing to compel Clinton to come and testify before the committee today. Democrats actually said that they are now demanding that the committee subpoena President Trump to come and testify as part of their investigation into Epstein. But it's important to note that they're in the minority. They don't have the votes to subpoena anyone right now. So this is a far off question. If they do win back control of the House, we should expect to see Democrats try and compel testimony from President Trump. But just because today sets a precedent for presidents to come and testify before congressional panels under the threat of subpoena does not mean that there can't be some sort of delay tactics used in the future and that presidents couldn't get out of testifying eventually. But this is going to be an effort that we're going to see from Democrats in the coming months and something to look out for in 2027.
Yeah, so what signals are we going to be watching for that might show us whether this investigation is widening or whether it's winding down?
It's definitely going to be widening. We heard from House Oversight Chair Comer today that they plan to depose more people. One of those people is possibly Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. New details have emerged that he had past ties with Jeffrey Epstein, and Democrats on the committee and a few Republicans are now supportive of subpoenaing the Commerce Secretary to come and testify before the committee and speak about his relationship. Nancy Mace on the Republican side is actually leading that charge for them. And Comer didn't really throw cold water on the idea today. He basically told reporters, stay tuned. And there are more upcoming depositions for the committee as part of this investigation.
All right. We'll be tracking it along with you. Kate Santaliz is covering the story for Axios. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.